Hey, it's Tom from Inspiration Metalworks, and in this week's video we're doing a catch-up on what's been going on here in the shop. Okay, so it's been a while since I posted anything. I posted a couple of quick videos, or two videos kind of back to back at the beginning of last month with the intent of getting back into my weekly routine. And yeah, that didn't happen. Frankly, it's been busy. Yeah. So let's just get caught up a little bit about where things are, where things are at. I posted something on Patreon about this last night. Did a little sneak peek on some stuff too, but you know, it's taken me basically a year to get to this point, you know, where I'm at today, because we closed on this place. It was right about a year ago. End of the month would be a year, and the intent when we bought the house was, you know, a month or so of fix up and then move in and be ready to go. Well, that turned into 3 months of fix up, more than double the the funds that I had intended to put into the house went into it, which meant funds for the shop didn't happen. And then all the repairs in the shop that I ended up doing, which I hadn't planned on either, like completely redoing the wiring. So it's been very slow going, but I'm very happy to say that I'm making real headway now. In fact, let's take a look at some of that. So you can kind of see in the background, I've been working on parts. Picked up a new customer recently, and that has that's kept me hopping here. I mean, this is what 180 pieces. So yeah, I got all that done. You can kind of see the wreck that is the plasma cutting area here. Let's swing it around. Hopefully this won't be too bad. Yeah. Oops, too far. Guess there's a little bit of a lag there. So this is all hooked up now. In fact, we'll fire it up just to give you an idea. So that's live. She's running. Making good 3-phase power, and that is run over to the VMC. So let me tell you what, let me go reset. Huh? Actually, you can kind of see this. We'll flip it around the other way now. So basically, there's a breaker on the back, right? It's on. So now the VMC's got power. I'm gonna bring it around. I'll give you another view. All right, so now we're at the brother. You can see it's a TCS2A. This one's built in 2004, so it's not the fastest of machines as far as, well, it's fast, let's put it that way. But memory-wise, things like that, the controller is a little bit dated, but it is still a very good machine. It just means that I have to use a little tool like this guy here, which lets me do USB to RS-232. So fire it up, take it out of e-stop, reset. First thing you always do is, well, we'll go to manual, position, and then I'll do the Z return. So I'm basically gonna run it through its homing cycle. It's kind of interesting. The first time you run it through its homing cycle, it goes nice and slow and very accurately finds its home position. Now, once it's there, you can use the pendant, and we'll move it around a little bit, just to give you an idea. X, Y, Z. All right, we'll turn the pendant off just to give you an idea of how fast this thing really is. I'll repeat the homing process, but this time it'll be at full speed. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. Kind of nice. I'm still working on airlines. I'm using temporary air when I run this thing, so let me power this off. Let me kill the power, phase converter, all that stuff, so it's not running unnecessarily. And let's look at other things. Started picking up tool holders for the machine. This uses BT30 tool holders. This particular one is a 1/4 inch. This one's from Shars. So I've got a couple of tool holders that I've gotten from Shars. They provided me with one as a test, and so they gave me an ER30 collet holder with a collet for it. So thank you to Shars on that one. Again, that was just, they're just reaching out to show me, you know, the quality of their tools, and I'll be honest with you, it looked pretty good. So I went ahead and I picked up a couple more of their tool holders. I also, hang on. Sorry guys, I know I'm not in the screen right now. We'll look at a couple other things that I got while I'm at it. I've also got one from Meritool. So this is an ER16, or sorry, ER20 collet holder from Meritool. So I've got one of those to take a look at and test out. I've also got, I picked up some of these on the recommendation of another guy who's using these. So these are from Kilowood, and so I just got 4 of these as well. So basically, I've got the whole, you know, these are ER32s. So I've got the whole gamut now. These run about $30 a piece, $35 a piece. The Shars tool holders were about $55 to $60 a piece. The Meritool ones are right around $100 a piece. So I've got a mix of tool holders. It's going to give me an idea to, or it's going to give me a way to look at run out and things like that, and just see, you know, what the quality is of these things and go from there. Me personally, I'd love to have top of the line everything, but I don't have another couple $1,000s to put into tool holders on this right now. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do for work holding, as I realized that I'd been putting everything off until I had power, and then suddenly I had power and I have this machine working, and I'm going, oh crap, I gotta get started on this. So yeah, I gotta figure that out still. But that's where we're at with the brother. Let's swing things around and take a look at some other stuff. Actually, you know what? I think I can just leave the camera where it's at and rotate it. Yeah, sorry, I've been moving everything around this weekend while I had to get the brother get it leveled, and I just realized that the whole thing is twisted. Man, not sure when I did that. Anyways, so Tormach, it's got dedicated power now. The Tormach lathe, it's ready to go. This thing basically up, running, tested out. I've been running PathPilot 2.0 on it. Comes up, everything's great. So that one is there. And lastly, the little 440. He's back under power, everything's going. Happy as a clam. So just doing some maintenance on this guy now. So I want to make sure that I've got all of the air or the oil lines cleaned up, because I've always had problems with this one and I never had taken it apart to fix. So I want to get that going. But the 2 Tormachs are still going to be in use regularly here. That's just part of the plan. So I know I've had some people ask me since I got the new VMC if I was going to get rid of my my Tormach, and that wasn't even a question for me. Of course I was going to keep it. These are great little machines. It wasn't about replacing it, it was about augmenting and growing as a small business. So, man, that's laggy. All right. So that's where we're at today. What's left? I still have 300 feet of air line to run. We need to finish wiring here in the shop. Most of it's done, but not all of it. There's some outlets. There's a 220 outlet that are 2 220 outlets that need to be put in that back wall there that haven't been done yet. One for the plasma cam and one for the welders over there. In addition, I'm wiring up the entire other building. It only had 2 plugs in it previously, and so I'm going to put plugs all around because I've been doing quite a lot of work in there. It's a wreck, but it might be worth taking a look at real quick, so we'll look at that as well. Power in there, we'll do some airdrops in there as well. So let's take a look. Okay, it's a bit of a wreck in here right now. Again, we replaced all the lighting in here. We pulled down these old, well, there was one of these, and basically this had 4 little fixtures in it. So we put some good lighting in here. I think this made a big difference. So we got that run. Starting to get set up. You can see the X-Carve is set up. It's got the dust collection system on it now. I started working on a universal G-code sender setup. I've been using a little Raspberry Pi with a touch screen to do that. So I will still use easel from time to time, especially for folks who have very simple needs, or even myself. If I've just got simple needs, it doesn't make sense to go through this process of doing everything when I can just do it through easel. But universal G-code sender will be nice, because then I can output directly from Fusion 360 and do some very high quality three-dimensional carving. So I will be going that route as well. Expect some videos on that soon. I haven't finished that. I know, Zach, I know you had asked about that, but I did not get a chance to work on that this week. I've got family in town, and so it's kind of pulled me in a lot of different directions. Had some questions about that sign that I made a while back. It's still here, awaiting paint. I'm actually going to do a stainless inset for the IM part of it, so that should be fun. But yeah, so it's starting to get set up. We got to pull everything out away from the walls, get the wiring run. It's going to be a great opportunity for me to get this place cleaned out, because there's a ton of stuff in here that just needs to get thrown away. It was in here when I got the place, and it's just been sitting ever since. So that's where we're at for this room. Again, it's getting there. We've been doing teaching in here. I teach the classes, the Titans of CNC classes, his academy that he does. So I teach that, or basically I kind of mentor it. I don't really teach it. So for folks who have no experience with Fusion, I do teach, but for the most part, the folks that attend this session have an idea of what's going on. So, you know, we make the parts. Not everybody wants to learn how to machine them, so we've also been 3D printing them. What's really cool is we 3D printed them with threads, and I tell you what, it just worked. I mean, that was beautiful to have nice thread engagement in here off the bat without any problem. So it's kind of neat to be able to do stuff like that. So I'll be happy when all this crap is out of here and cleaned up and done, but the intent is to do more around opening up the space here for folks in the community to be a part of. This, not just about me making product or making money from this place. It's also about spreading that knowledge to other folks. So that's always been a key pointer for me, and it's something that I'm going to continue to work on as we move forward. That is it for now. I just wanted to thank everybody for hanging in there with me. I will throw some clips and short video clips that I've done over the last month, as well as some photos and things like that. And just a reminder, I'm all over the place on social media as well. I focus primarily on Instagram, but I also will cross-post over into Twitter, as well as into my Facebook page for the shop. So if you're interested in seeing these things, following along, take a look at those. There's details down below in the description how you can find me there. I do have a Patreon account, like I mentioned earlier. It's been pretty small, but the folks that have been supporting me there it's a great group, and I really appreciate that. So thank you guys. Maybe check it out if you want. We're going to be working on something totally different on the Patreon account. My day job is as a product manager, right? So I bring new products to market, and so we're going to apply that same knowledge to. Oh, there goes the air compressor, perfect time. We're going to apply that same knowledge to the shop, right? So we're going to be bringing a new product to market through that, and just, it doesn't really matter what the product is, it's just to go through that process of, okay, let's come up with something, is there a need for it? Let's do some designs, do some testing on it, look at how it works, what our price points are, things of that nature. So we're going to be doing that. It's been slow, I'll admit. I haven't really had a chance to do as much on it as I'd like to, as much because I've got to get the shop working as anything, right? So now that the shop is pretty well there, I can start focusing on getting more of that out the door. So yeah, if you'd like to join along, just let me know. Take a look at Patreon, and that's where I'll be doing that stuff. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button down below, please do. And I'll see you again soon.